You're absolutely fluent in English if you can understand these. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode on English with Altaf. I'm Annie, and today's video is going to be super interesting. We're going to check whether you're truly fluent in English.
Hi, I'm Altaf. Yes, in today's video, we're going to share some English sentences, expressions, and situations that only fluent speakers can easily understand. If you can follow all of these without confusion, congratulations, you're absolutely fluent in English.
Let's begin with a simple one. If I were you, I'd talk to her. This is a very common expression in English, but it uses a conditional sentence in the subjunctive mood. Many learners get confused by if I were instead of if I was.
Exactly. Native and fluent speakers use this structure without even thinking. If you can understand that "if I were" is used to express a hypothetical situation and that "I'd" means "I would," then you're on the right track.
All right, now the next one. She might have gone to the market, but I'm not sure. This is an example of modal verbs used in the perfect tense. Understanding this structure shows deep knowledge of how time and uncertainty work in English.
Yes, a fluent English speaker would immediately know that "might have gone" means the action possibly happened in the past. It's not about certainty, just possibility.
Now here's another one. Let's call it a day. This is an idiomatic expression, and it doesn't mean you're literally calling the day. It means, let's stop working for today. If you get this without needing a translation, that's a strong sign of fluency.
Idioms like this are used daily in casual and professional settings. Native speakers often use them, and if you're able to understand their real meanings without being confused by the literal words, you're definitely becoming fluent.
Let's try this. By the time I arrived, they had already left. This is a combination of two tenses past simple and past perfect. Fluency in English means you can understand that the action had already left happened before I arrived.
Exactly. Fluent speakers recognize this sequence automatically. They don't stop to translate in their heads, they feel the timing of the sentence.
Here's a tricky one. I could have told you that was going to happen. This is a contraction of could have, and the pronunciation is quite fast and reduced. It's common in spoken English. If you catch this quickly in a conversation, you're quite fluent.
Yes, and understanding fast speech is a big indicator of fluency. Native speakers often blend words together. Could have becomes could've, and going to becomes gonna. If you're catching these in real time, you're definitely not a beginner.
Let's talk about phrasal verbs too. What about this one? She ran out of milk. Ran out of means she has no more milk. Phrasal verbs are very common, but often confusing for learners.
True. They can be tricky because you can't guess their meanings just by looking at the words. Run out of doesn't mean someone is running. If you understand these instantly, you're becoming naturally fluent.
Another interesting one. He's been working here for 5 years. This is the present perfect continuous tense. It shows that an action started in the past and is still continuing.
That's right. If you can identify why this tense is used and not just "he works here," then you understand the subtle meanings behind different tenses. That's fluency.
How about this expression? I'll get back to you on that. This is common in business and emails. It means the person will reply or respond later.
Yes, and if you're familiar with these expressions, especially in context, that means you're moving from textbook English to real-world English.
All right, let's talk about cultural understanding. He kicked the bucket. This is an informal way of saying someone passed away. If you understand expressions like this, your fluency goes beyond grammar. It includes culture and context.
That's a big part of fluency. Language is not just rules, it's culture, humor, idioms, and context. Fluent speakers don't get lost in literal meanings. They feel the language.
Okay, this one is fun. Don't beat around the bush. If you know that this means don't avoid the main topic and not anything related to a bush, then you're definitely understanding the real flavor of English.
Exactly. And that shows you're not just fluent in reading or writing, but also in spoken and idiomatic English.
Let's try one related to sarcasm. Oh, great, another meeting. If you understand that the speaker is probably not happy about it, then you're understanding tone, not just words.
That's an advanced skill. Tone, intonation, and context are key. If you're able to recognize sarcasm, jokes, or emotional meaning behind words, then your fluency is reaching a natural level.
What about this one? She's like, I don't care, and then just walks away. This is very casual English, full of quoted speech and expressions. If you follow this, you're doing well in conversational English.
Yes, because fluent speakers use storytelling with dramatic style. The use of like to introduce what someone said is common in speech, especially among younger speakers.
Another example is when someone says, you know what I mean? This is not a literal question. It's just a way to keep the conversation flowing. Understanding this is more about rhythm and conversation style.
That's right. Fluency means being able to flow with conversation, not just understanding words, but also understanding pauses, fillers, and expressions that keep dialogues natural.
We also have this. He's got a point. This doesn't mean someone is pointing at something. It means he made a valid argument or good observation.
Yes, recognizing non-literal expressions like this means your English thinking is automatic. You're no longer translating, you're understanding naturally.
All right. Before we end today's video, let's remind our viewers what we've learned.
We've discussed expressions, tenses, idioms, fast speech, sarcasm, phrasal verbs, and cultural meanings. If you understood all or most of them easily, then congratulations, you're absolutely fluent in English.
Exactly. And if you didn't understand everything, that's okay. Now you know what areas you need to focus on to become fluent.
Thank you for watching English with Altaf. Keep practicing, keep listening, and keep improving. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye for now, and remember fluency is not about perfection. It's about communication. Stay confident and keep learning.